Hi all, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Exam current event session. My dear learners, I hope that all of you are healthy and preparing well for upcoming exams. And when we talk about exams, then current event is really a very important section for the ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Examination. And in this today's session, we will be discussing the 15 most important MCQs for the current event section for ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Exam. So before starting the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So my dear learners, now let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So here is the very first question before all of you, and all of you are requested to answer the question in the comment section below. And the first question is about the National Multidimensional Poverty Index, and three statements have been mentioned here. And what you are required to do, you are required to find out the correct statements which have been mentioned above about the National Multidimensional Poverty Index. See, these kind of indexes which are being launched by the government institutions are really very important from the exam point of view, and that is the reason that we have brought here for you, so that you can practice them very well and answer the question in the exam successfully. So my dear learners, when we talk about the statements, the first statement says that it has been developed by Niti Aayog in consultation with the 12 line ministries and in partnership with the state governments. Okay. If we talk about the second statement, it says that it is based on the National Family Health Survey 4, which was conducted in the 2015-2016. And the third statement says that the national MPI captures multiple and simultaneous deprivations faced by households across two macro dimensions of health and living standards. So what exactly is the right answer to this question? Please answer the question in the comment section below. And my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer is option B, that is both statement first and second are correct, and the third statement is incorrect. And what exactly is the wrong part in the third statement? It is the number of macro dimensions across which multiple and simultaneous deprivations which are being faced by the households are being considered. And what exactly is the third dimension, we will be discussing in the upcoming slides. So my dear learners, as we have already discussed, that this particular National Multidimensional Poverty Index has been developed by Niti Aayog in consultation with the 12 line ministries and the other organizations which are involved in the making the index, that is the Global Multidimensional Poverty Index, that is Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative and the United Nations Development Program. And here is the list of all the 12 line ministries which are involved in the development of the National Multidimensional Poverty Index along with Niti Aayog. And my dear learners, I want to add here that Niti Aayog is the nodal ministry for the development of National Multidimensional Poverty Index. So here is the list of all the dimensions as well as indicators which are being considered while calculating the multidimensional poverty in India. And what exactly are these three dimensions? First is health, which are having three indicators, that is nutrition, child and adolescent mortality and antenatal care. Apart from that, the second dimension is the education, which was missing in the third statement, and that was the reason that third statement was incorrect. And my dear learners, if we talk about the third dimension, it was the standard of living, which is once again having 7 different indicators. You can go through them quickly. And my dear learners, apart from that, now we are moving towards the next question, but before moving on to the next question, you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which state was having the highest proportion of the multidimensional poor people in India. Okay, so now if we talk about the second question says that India's first grass conservatory or germplasm conservation center has been inaugurated in which one of the following Indian states? That means in this particular question, you are just required to identify the state where the first grass conservatory of India has been inaugurated recently. It is Uttarakhand or Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh or Telangana. Please answer the question in the comment section below. And my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is option A, that is Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand is the state where recently the first grass conservatory of India has been inaugurated, and this particular thing is being located in Ranikhet Almora of Uttarakhand. And my dear learners, this particular Germplasm Conservation Center has been developed by the research wing of Uttarakhand Forest Department. And what exactly is the aim behind this particular establishment? It is to create awareness and facilitate research for the grass species. And here the conservatory is being funded under the central government's compensatory afforestation fund management and planning authority, that is CAMPA scheme. So now in the comment section below, it is a homework for all of you. Please tell me in the comment section below that in which year this CAMPA scheme was being launched. Okay, now let us move on to the third question, which is here on your screen. So the third question is once again about the very important project which was launched recently, that is Project Rehab. And my dear learners, once again all of you are requested to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following statements which are mentioned above are incorrect with respect to above mentioned project. Okay, if we talk about the very first statement, it says that KVIC has rolled out the Rehab project, which stands for reducing elephant human attacks using bees. That means this particular project majorly aims to reduce the conflicts between the elephants and humans, so that the life of the humans as well as elephants can be saved from these particular conflicts. And this project has been launched in Haryana. Okay, second statement says that under the Project Rehab, what exactly will be done? Bee fences will be created by setting up bee boxes in the passageways of these elephants. The third statement says that this Project Rehab is a submission of KVIC's National Honey Mission. So what exactly is the right answer to this particular question? My dear learners, the right answer to this question is option A, that is only statement first in incorrect. So what exactly is the wrong part in this very first statement? See, it says that this particular project has been rolled out by KVIC in Haryana, and this particular part is incorrect. This particular project has been rolled out in Assam, and that is the reason that this particular statement is incorrect. So now discussing this further, so my dear learners, see why exactly this particular project has been launched. Nearly every year 500 people loses their lives due to these elephant human conflicts, and as a result, what solution they have made, what solution they have come up with? They have come up with digging trenches or using the barbed wires, but it also causes death to the elephant calves, and that is the reason that in order to come up with the more practical solution, they have come up with this Project Rehab, which stands for reducing elephant human attacks using bees. And this particular project was very first time launched in Karnataka in year 2021, and in a period of 6 months only, it reduced the number of elephant human attacks, the elephant human conflicts, by 70%. And seeing the successfulness, seeing the success of this particular Project Rehab, this particular project has now been launched in the state of Assam. And my dear learners, here if we talk about that what exactly will be done under this particular project, see, bee fences will be created by setting up bee boxes in the passageways of elephants, and it has been scientifically proved that these bee swarms annoy the elephant, and that is the reason that this particular bee fences will be created, and these boxes will be connected with a string, and whenever there is a tug or pull of these particular strings, what exactly will be done? These bees are going to swarm the elephant herds and dissuade them from progressing further, that is progressing further into the human areas or the fields. Okay, and that's how it is a very cost effective way, and it is also going to induce the farmers income. It is also going to increase the farmers income, as they will now also be keeping the bees with them. Okay, and this will also lead to honey production, and that's how this particular project is a win-win situation for the people as well as elephants. I hope that this particular part is very much clear, and now let's move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So here in the question number 4, you are required to tell me that which one of the following Indian state was the only state that won the Inspiring Regional Leadership Award from Under 2 Coalition for Climate Action at Scotland. So my dear learners, please tell me the name of the state in which has won the Inspiring Regional Leadership Award from the Under 2 Coalition for Climate Action at Scotland. The options are here on your screen. Sorry. So my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this particular question, the right answer is option A, that is Maharashtra. So Maharashtra is the only state which has won the Inspiring Regional Leadership Award. And what exactly, see, recently this Inspiring Regional Leadership Awards were being conferred, and Maharashtra was the only Indian state to win this particular award, and this award ceremony was held in the country of Scotland. Okay, and with this, Maharashtra has become the only Indian state to win one of the three awards by U2 organized on the sidelines of COP26. We all know that COP26 was recently concluded. And my dear learners, the other two awards, if you talk about the other two awards, the winner of the other two awards, then these two awards were being won by British Columbia, Canada for the creative climate solutions, and Quebec, Canada for the climate partnerships. So these are the two winners, and majorly what we are required to remember, we are required to remember the Indian state which has become the only Indian state to win one of the three awards, that is the state of Maharashtra. And here some information about the under 2 coalition has been provided here. You can go through them for the value addition. And now my dear learners, we are moving towards the next question, which is here on the screen. So the next question is, name the project which started at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch to help clean the vast mass of plastic waste accumulated in the region and became the largest cleaning drive in the world. See, recently one of the project was being launched, and what exactly was the aim of it? The aim was to clean the vast mass of the plastic waste which has been accumulated in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Okay, and here what exactly became? It became the largest cleaning drive in the world, and you are required to name this particular project, whether it is Project Jenny, Project Ocean, Project Blue, or Project Mark 3. So my dear learners, the right answer to this question is option A, that is Project Jenny. Project Jenny is the name of the project which has been recently launched. Okay, so discussing this particular part a little more, then here you can see that Ocean Cleanup, which is a Netherlands-based global environment non-profit organization, has started the Project Jenny, which is also known as System 002, the largest cleaning drive in the world at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And what exactly was the key main behind that? It was to clean the vast mass of plastic waste accumulated in the region. And my dear learners, if we talk about this Project Jenny, it is made up of a high tension 800-meter long artificial coastline which drags the waste as it moves along the patch. So that's how they are going to clean up this particular region where the plastic waste has been accumulated. I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is present on your screen. And the next question is about the All India EdTech Challenge and Masterclass Series 2021-2022, which was being announced recently. And once again, you are required to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me that which one of the following statements are correct about this All India EdTech Challenge and Masterclass Series 2021 and 2022. See, in the very first statement, it is saying that Atal Innovation Mission, Amazon Web Services, and the Global EdTech Accelerator have joined hands to organize this particular initiative for the early and advanced stage edtech startups. Okay, and this initiative aims to nurture edtech companies and startups who are in the pre and post minimum viable product stages. The third statement says that this challenge will be having two tracks, that is pre-MVP and post-MVP. So now you are requested to answer this question in the comment section below, that which one of the following statements mentioned above is or are correct about this particular series which is being launched recently. So my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer is option C, that is all of the above given statements about this particular challenge is correct. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And my dear learners, see, all these kinds of initiatives, portals, schemes, programs which are being launched by the government are really very important to be covered, because in the past year exams we have seen such kind of questions coming up in the exam, and that's how, if you practice them very well, then you will be able to answer these questions successfully in the exam. And that is the reason that we are providing these kind of questions in our sessions, so that you can answer the questions successfully in the exam. So my dear learners, when we talk more about the All India EdTech Challenge, then we have already discussed that it is a joint venture between the Atal Innovation Mission, UNCEPT, and the Amazon Web Services. And what exactly this competition calls on? It calls on all the entrepreneurs which are creating educational solutions for the children and youth and creating employment across India. And my dear learners, what exactly is the aim of this particular initiative which has been recently launched by the Atal Innovation Mission? The aim is to nurture the edtech companies. See, in India, it has been noted that the various these kind of startups are failed at the idea stage only. And what exactly is the reason? The reason is the lack of skills, the lack of sustainability in those projects, the lack of skills and ideas. And that is the reason that these startups just failed before incorporating into the startups. And that is the reason that in order to nurture these edtech companies which are already existing, so that they can scale up their businesses, and those startups which are in future will be incorporated into the startups, they don't fail and they just set up very successfully. This particular challenge has been launched by the Atal Innovation Mission, and that's why this particular initiative has been taken to nurture the edtech companies and startups who are in pre and post minimum viable product stages. And how exactly this will be done? This will be done by identifying the potential industry gaps, that what exactly is missing, which is limiting them, which is limiting their businesses, which is limiting them to scale up their businesses. Apart from that, they are also going to explore the mergers and acquisitions. The talent sourcing and pooling will also be seen, and they are also going to decode the venture capital and investor, so that they can apply for these funding activities. Okay, and my dear learners, if we talk about this particular initiative, this will be conducted in the two tracks, that is track 1 and track 2. In the track 1, they will be targeting the early stage startups which are from schools, universities, institutions and private sector. In the track 2, they will be targeting the startups which are already existing, and they will enable them to scale up their businesses. And now my dear learners, how this will be done? During this particular challenge, they are going to conduct various sessions, and these sessions will be based on product market fitness, go to market strategies, the legal and customer discoveries. That means providing them every facility so that they can groom up themselves and they can scale up their businesses. And if they have not still incorporated into a startup, they can successfully incorporate it into a startup and just resume their activities. So my dear learners, I hope that this particular part is also very much clear to all of you. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. And this question is about the very important scheme, that is Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna. And to answer this question, you are requested to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me that which one of the following statements are correct as per the above mentioned scheme. Okay, so my dear learners, if you talk about this particular scheme, then the very first statement says that the ministry which has launched this particular scheme and the year in which it was launched, that is 2016. And the second statement says that it is a centrally sponsored scheme. The third statement says that it aims to reduce the premium burden on farmers and ensure early settlement of the crop assurance claim for the full insured sum. So please tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer, which statement is correct as per the above mentioned scheme. So my dear learners, if we talk about the right answer to this question is option D, that is all these statements mentioned above about the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojna is correct. So let's discuss this scheme in much more detail, and let's see that what exactly are the different beneficiaries, the type of the scheme, as well as the objective of this particular scheme. See, from the very first thing, we will start with the ministry, that the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare has launched this particular scheme, and this is also the nodal ministry. And this particular scheme was being launched in year 2016 with the outlay of 16,000 crore for the fiscal year 2022. So if we talk about the outlay for this particular scheme for year 2022, then it is 16,000 crore. And why exactly this particular scheme has been launched? This has been launched to reduce the premium burden on farmers and to ensure early settlement of all the crop assurance claim for the full insured sum. Apart from that, if we talk about the objectives, then it is to provide financial support to farmers, stabilize the income of farmers, encouraging farmers to adopt innovative and modern agriculture practices. That means overall, if we see that this particular scheme has been launched for the welfare of farmers. Okay, and this is a centrally sponsored scheme. And if we talk about the beneficiaries which can get benefits from this particular scheme, which has been launched by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, then all the farmers, including the sharecroppers and tenant farmers which are growing notified crops in a notified area during the season and who have insurable interest in the crop, can get the benefits, can avail the benefits of this particular scheme, which was launched in year 2016 by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the National Hydrogen Mission. Once again, a very important mission which was being launched by the government. And here you are required to answer the question in the comment section below. And once again, you are required to quickly analyze these particular statements which have been mentioned here about the National Hydrogen Mission, and then tell me that what exactly, that which one of the following statements mentioned above are correct. That is, you are required to choose the correct option using the code which are mentioned above. So my dear learners, if we talk about the very first statement, it says that this particular mission was launched in year 2021 to make India a global hub for the production and export of green hydrogen. In the second statement, it is saying about the ministry which will be the implementing agency of the mission. And the third statement talks about that this mission is going to put forward specific strategies for the short term and broad strokes principles for the long term, 10 years and beyond. So let's move on to this and let's find out that what exactly is the right answer to this question. So my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer is option D, that is all of the above. That means that all the statements which are being mentioned here about the National Hydrogen Mission are correct. So let's discuss this mission in detail and let's see that what exactly this is all about. See, if we talk about the implementing ministry of this particular mission, then it is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and this particular mission was being launched in year 2021. And what exactly was the aim behind the launch of this particular mission? It was to make India a global hub for the production and export of green hydrogen. See, this is really very important and very much clear from the name of the mission itself, that is National Hydrogen Mission. That means it wants to make India a global hub for the production as well as export of the green hydrogen and fuel cell technologies across the value chain. And what are the different major activities which will be conducted during the implementation? In order to execute this mission very successfully, it is creating volumes and infrastructure, demonstrations in niche applications, then goal-oriented research and development, and facilitative policy support. And my dear learners, apart from that, there are some key features of this particular mission which are being mentioned here. You can quickly go through them for the value addition and more better understanding about this particular scheme. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So now the next question is really very easy question, and you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following pairs has recently won the International Children's Peace Prize 2021. And here the options are Vihan and Nav Agarwal, Rahul and Rishabh Mishra, Jyoti and Sam Thunberg, and none of the above. So please answer the question in the comment section below. You are required to identify the pair which has won the International Children's Peace Prize 2021. And the right answer to this question is option A, that is Vihan and Nav Agarwal. So that is the right answer to this particular question. And my dear learners, if we discuss this particular question in much more detail, and here you can see that Vihan and Nav Agarwal, which belong to Delhi, have won the 17th Kids Right International Children's Peace Prize. And why they have been conferred this particular prize? Because for tackling pollution in Delhi by recycling the household waste. And my dear learners, they have developed a one step greener initiative. And under this initiative, they segregate waste and organize waste pickups for the garbage from thousands of homes, schools, and offices. And that's why this pair has been conferred with the International Children's Peace Prize for 2021. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now, my dear learners, we are moving towards the next question from our today's session, which is here on your screen. And the next question is about a very important portal which was being launched by the government. And here the name of the portal is Aseem Portal, and you are required to once again quickly go through all the statements which are mentioned here about the Aseem Portal, and then tell me in the comment section below that which statement is correct as per the Aseem Portal. If we talk about the statement 1, the statement 1 says that Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has launched the Atmanirbhar Skilled Employees Employer Mapping Portal in July 2020. This acts as a directory of the skilled workforce, and it has been developed and managed by National Skill Development Corporation. So please analyze this particular statements in relation with the Aseem portal and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. So my dear learners, once again a very important portal, and I have already told you that all these portals, programs, initiatives, schemes which are being launched by the government are really very important to be covered from the exam point of view, because in the past we have seen such kind of questions coming from these particular initiatives, programs, schemes and portals in the exam, and that is the reason that we have brought such kind of questions before you. And my dear learners, if we talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer is option D, that is all of the above. That means all the statements which are being mentioned here about the Aseem portal are correct. So now let's discuss this Aseem portal in detail and let's see that what exactly this portal is all about and why this particular portal was being launched. So my dear learners, see, recently the Union Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has announced that as on 16 July 2021, 1.3 crore candidates have been registered on the Aseem portal, and now you will be having questions in your mind that what this portal is all about and why this portal was being launched. So my dear learners, we will be answering all these questions in this particular slide. And when we talk about that what this portal is all about, so my dear learners, this portal acts as the directory of the skilled workforce. See, it is having all the data as people which are part of this particular workforce can make profile on this portal as per their skill set and experience, and the employers which are searching the people for the particular skill set can just come up to this particular portal and they can see these particular profiles of the people and they can contact them. So that's how this particular portal just bridges the gap between the market demand and the supply skill set of the workforce, and that's why this particular portal has been launched. And my dear learners, that is the answer to the next question, that in order to provide a platform which matches the supply of the skilled workforce with the market demand, this particular portal has been launched. And now coming to the important information which you are required to remember about this portal is that this particular portal was being launched by the Government of India, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in July 2020. And if we talk about that which organization is behind the development and managing of this particular portal, then it is none other than National Skill Development Corporation, which has developed and is managing this particular portal. And if we talk about this particular portal, then this is having three artificial intelligence based interfaces, that is employer portal, candidate application and dashboard. See, in the employer portal, what these employers can just feed the data that these kind of skills we require for our recruitment purposes, and then the candidate application where they can make their profiles and update their profiles according to the skill set that they are possessing. And in the dashboard there will be different kind of reports and trends which is also going to help the policy makers in order to forecast that what kind of skill sets are in the demand right now and what will be the future demand of as per the future demand of the markets of these particular kind of skill sets. So my dear learners, I hope that this particular part is also very much clear to all of you. And now we are moving towards the next question, the question number 11, which is based on Good Samaritan. So my dear learners, once again you are required to answer the question in the comment section below by quickly going through these statements and then tell me that which statement is incorrect statement in relation with the above mentioned Good Samaritan scheme. Okay, in the very first statement it says that it was launched in year 2021 by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. The second statement talks about the aim of launching this scheme, that is to motivate the general public to help the road accident victims in an emergency situation. And the third statement says that under this particular scheme, anyone who saves the life of a road accident victim by rushing them to a hospital within the golden hour will get a cash reward of rupees 5,000 as well as the certificate of appreciation. So my dear learners, that was the three statements about the scheme for Good Samaritan which was launched in the year 2021. And now if you talk about the right answer to this question, see, before answering the question, you are required to understand that what exactly the question is demanding. The question wants you to identify the incorrect statement in relation with the Good Samaritan scheme. And that is the reason that if we talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer is option D, that is none of the above, as all the statements which are being mentioned here about the scheme for Good Samaritan are correct, and that is the reason the right answer is option D, that is none of the above. So my dear learners, discussing this scheme in much more detail, then this particular Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has launched this scheme in year 2021. And what exactly was the reason behind this launch? It was to motivate the general public to help the road accident victims in an emergency situation, and they are going to provide 5 lakh as an initial grant to the transport department of all states and union territories for rewarding the Good Samaritans. And if we talk about the implementation period of this scheme, then this scheme will be implemented from 15th of October 2021 till March 31st 2026. Okay, and under the scheme, as we have already discussed, that those people who will be helping the road accident victims during the golden hour will be awarded with the certificate of appreciation as well as with the amount of rupees 5,000. And my dear learners, an individual could be awarded a maximum of 5 times in a year. That means there is also a limit to get the appreciation and this cash reward of rupees 5,000. And some other important points are also being mentioned here, that a state level monitoring committee under the chairmanship of principal secretary will be made, and this is going to monitor the proper implementation of the scheme. So I hope that this particular scheme is very much clear to all of you. And now, my dear learners, we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the First Movers Coalition, which was being launched recently at the recently concluded United Nations Climate Change Conference, that is COP26. And once again, you are required to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. See, these kind of initiatives which are being launched at the world level are also important for you to cover, because in the exam there is a probability that these particular questions from these particular initiatives can be asked in the exam. And my dear learners, if we talk about this particular initiative, then the very first statement says that it is an initiative which is being launched by the World Economic Forum in partnership with the US Special Presidential Envoy for Climate, that is John Kerry. The second statement says that it is a platform for the world's leading global companies to make purchasing commitments to create early market for critical technologies. And the third statement is talking about the founders of this particular initiative, that is First Movers Coalition, and that is Amazon, Apple, Mahindra, Dalmia Cement Limited, etc. So here you are required to identify the correct answer using the codes given below. And my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. That means all the statements which are being mentioned here about the First Movers Coalition are correct as per the First Movers Coalition. So I hope that this is very much clear. Let's discuss this particular part in detail and let's see that what exactly this particular initiative is all about. See, recently during the COP26 conference, President of the United States has announced the launch of the First Movers Coalition. And my dear learners, it is an initiative of the World Economic Forum which was being launched in partnership with the US Special Presidential Envoy for Climate. And what exactly this platform is all about? See, it is a platform for the world's leading global companies where they can make purchasing commitments to create early markets for critical technologies which are needed to achieve net zero by 2050. See, they have fixed a target of achieving net zero by year 2050. And what they are going to do? These companies are going to make purchasing commitments, so that purchasing commitments of what? Of these critical technologies which are really required in order to reach the target of achieving net zero by year 2050. And that's why this particular initiative has been launched. And my dear learners, if you talk about the founding members of this First Movers Coalition, then these are Amazon, Apple, Mahindra, Dalmia Cement, and some other as well. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And here it has also been mentioned that the phase 1 of the sectoral commitments in steel, trucking, shipping and aviation has been launched during this particular thing. And what exactly was the aim behind this? It was to create a market by 2030 which can be ramped up to achieve carburization in year 2050. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the legal metrology packaged commodities rules 2021. See, all these rules and regulations, the policies which are being launched by the government, the bills passed by the government are really very important from the exam point of view. And that's why this legal metrology package commodities rules 2021, there's some amendments were being done in this particular rules, and that is the reason that we have brought this particular part in the today's session. And here you are required to quickly analyze these particular statements and then tell me that which one of the statements given above is or are correct in relation with the legal metrology packaged commodities rules 2011. So my dear learners, if we talk about the very first statement, it says that the Department of Consumer Affairs, Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution has amended the rules, and under this amendment, the rule number 5 of the act, which defines the schedule to prescribing the pack sizes of various types of commodities, has been removed. And the third statement says that a new provision in which makes these companies to indicate the unit sale price on pre-packed commodities has been introduced. And my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. That means all these statements which are being mentioned here about the legal metrology packaged commodities rules 2011 is correct. And my dear learners, see, here you can see that the rule number 5 of this legal metrology package commodities rules has been removed, and this defines the pack sizes of various types of commodities. Apart from that, the declaration of the date of manufacture on the pre-packed commodities has been made mandatory for the pre-packed commodities. And apart from that, see, now also the quantities can be expressed in the terms of the number or unit or piece or pair or set or such other words which represents the quantity in the package. And the mandatory declaration of the minimum retail price in Indian currency inclusive of all the taxes on the pre-packed products has also been introduced, while after the amendment of this legal metrology packaged commodities rules 2011. And my dear learner, that's how this particular part is important to be covered from the exam point of view, and I hope that this is very much clear. Apart from that, one more important point which you are required to remember from this particular rules is that all these amendments will be coming into effect from 1st of April 2022. Okay, so I hope that this is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. And my dear learners, here the next question is: name the Pan India Capacity Building Program recently launched by the National Commission for Women to improve leadership skills of the grassroots women political leaders. And here the options are Pratigya, making women leaders, leaders for change, she is a change maker. So these 4 different programs have been mentioned here, and you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following programs has been recently launched by the National Commission for Women which aims to improve the leadership skills of the grassroots women political leaders. And the right answer to this question is option D, that is she is a change maker. So what this program is all about? See, this program has been launched as a Pan India Capacity Building Program for the women representatives at all levels, whether they are at Gram Panchayat or the parliament members. This particular program has been launched for all the women. And why this has been launched? This has been launched to improve the leadership skills of the grassroots women political leaders. Okay, and my dear learners, now you are required to tell me in the comment section below that who is the chairperson of the National Commission for Women, who is presently serving as the chairperson of the National Commission for Women. Okay, and now let's move on to the last question of our today's session, which is here on your screen, and all of you are requested to answer the question in the comment section below. And this question is once again about the very important scheme which is being launched by the government, that is PMFME scheme, that is Prime Minister Formalization of the Micro Food Processing Enterprises scheme. And once again, all of you are requested to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me in the comment section below that which one of the statements given above is or are incorrect. So in the very first statement, it is talking about the ministry which has launched and the year in which this particular scheme was being launched. In the second statement, it is saying that it is a centrally sponsored scheme and it aims to provide financial, technical and business support. In the third statement, it is talking about the tenure of the scheme, that is from 2020 2021 to 2024 25. See, the tenure, the type of scheme, the aim and the launch year are really very important, and the targets and the features of these schemes are also very important from the exam point of view. And now, my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is option D, that is none of the above. That means none of the above statements which are being given above about the PMFME scheme are incorrect. See, whenever you are answering the question, you are really required to carefully read out the question, that what exactly the question is demanding, whether it is talking about the correct statement, incorrect statement, false statements about that particular scheme or the project or the program or the initiative which has been mentioned in the question. You are required to carefully read out the demand of the question before answering the question. Okay, so now, my dear learners, discussing this scheme in detail. See, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries has launched the scheme, and this is also the nodal ministry of the scheme, and it was launched in year 2020. And what exactly was the objective behind the launch of this scheme? It was to provide financial, technical and business support for the upgradation of existing micro food processing enterprises, and it is a centrally sponsored scheme. The tenure of the scheme has been mentioned here. And now, when we talk about the funding patterns under this particular scheme, then, my dear learners, under this scheme, 10,000 crores will be provided for the coverage of the 2 lakh enterprises over a period of 5 years, and this will be in the 60-40 ratio between the center and state governments, and this will be in the 90:10 ratio with the northeastern and Himalayan states, and 60-40 ratio with the union territories with the legislature, and 100% by center for the other union territories. So this particular funding pattern is also required to be remembered by you. And apart from that, when we talk about the key features of this particular scheme, then under this particular scheme, they are going to adopt the approach of one district, one product, that is to promote local indigenous specialized products. Apart from that, they are also going to provide credit facility under this particular scheme, and they are also going to help them in capacity building and doing research. Okay, so my dear learners, that was all from this particular scheme, and I hope that this particular scheme is now very much clear to all of you. So that was all from our today's session, my dear learners. I hope that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you, and I hope that you must have liked the session. And if you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below. And if you are having any queries, then you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 8146207241. So my dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.